This video is brought to you by the third edition of Scams, Flops, and Failures, crowdfunding they didn't warn you about. Now available on Amazon for Kindle. Get yours today. The link is in the description below. People get after me because they think I've been too hard on campaigns, that I've focused too much on the negatives, when there are campaigns out there that actually do deliver, or at least appear that they will deliver on their promises of something of worth to the backers. And perhaps they have a point. So, I went to the most reliable crowdfunding site there is, according to some folks, and examined some campaigns that, in my estimation, will probably deliver what they say they will to the backers. I was only left with one question involving each of them. Why are these things even needed by anyone? These things will not be burning in crowdfunding hell, but instead it is this question which causes us to experience torment. Let's examine the first item on our list. It's a handy little device that everyone seems to use, can be purchased almost anywhere. It is offered in precision fine tool glory through a crowdfunding campaign. Watch and learn. The claim is that this is a minimal pen that will last you a lifetime. And quite honestly, from everything that I have seen in this campaign, from the videos showing this guy doing what you would expect to see him doing in order to bring these products to market, there's no real reason to doubt him. I have no doubt that this is going to be delivered. After all, they've already got more than enough in order to bring it to life according to the way the campaign is organized. Now, these are the kinds of pens, I suppose, that are usually given as gifts, or they're used for special occasions like signing a peace treaty or maybe a very important contract. But here is something that does disturb me in a way. Is this a product that's really needed? Well, I'm not a pen collector or whatever it is that people call pen collectors, other than maybe pen collectors, but I look at it from the standpoint that since it is designed to be able to handle a particular kind of refill, this pen is going to write just like all of the pens that normally use that refill, isn't it? Well, it's not for me to judge. After all, it is your money. You can spend it or not as you see fit. And my hat is kind of off to this guy because he's kind of like, a painter. He's doing it for the love of what he does. That's not necessarily a bad thing, is it? Let's move on to our next item, shall we? In the endless cycling wars that apparently are raging across the landscape of the Europe, there are two men utilizing science, trying to put an end to the carnage. They're bringing you this glove. This glove is designed as a safety feature that cyclists can use to help prevent accidents, to help prevent road rage. Basically, it's a fun thing that you really should have. I didn't know that road rage was such a deal in Europe, but apparently it is. And a lot of people understand that because they have fully funded this item. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing that says you shouldn't have one of these things. It really does look like it could be a lot of fun, but honestly, do you really need this? Anyway, it is your money. Spend it wisely, and maybe wisely is getting a fun glove with a funny face. Let's go on to our next item. If you grew up in a time when you had toys that would change from one thing into another and do completely different functions, then this, the Morph bottle, is the more sedate, more conservative adult version that will essentially do the same thing for you. It's really not a bad concept per se. If you're somebody that does a lot of stuff like exercise or what have you, and you don't want to carry your things like a wallet or money or credit cards or maybe the ID cards to the furry club you belong to where someone can get at them, like your pocket, you can put them in here where someone can get at them because it's in your water jug. But we're not going to discuss that. It really isn't a bad concept per se. It's something that a lot of people might find that, well, they need it because that unsightly bulge in their pocket just won't do, particularly when you're posing at the gym. Well, that's basically it. We have a special pocket. It's designed to collapse around the things we put into that pocket. Hopefully those things won't poke holes in it, by the way. And there you go. It's probably going to be funded if it hasn't been already. And, well, that's basically is it. It's not that exciting. It's kind of sort of practical. I guess we should go on to our next item already now, eh? Do you like cereal? Who doesn't like cereal? That crunchy, sweet goodness that, well, you don't have enough time for in the morning. So you probably just, take a little bit of it and put it in a baggie and snack on it on the way to work or what have you. But gosh, wouldn't it be great if you could take it with you and the milk that you would use with it and be able to eat it at any time, even on your commute, even while driving to work? Well, somebody put their mind to it and came up with a solution for that problem. That's how Crunch Cup came to be. And they really must be speaking to an awful lot of people who super like cereal because they have gotten themselves funded to produce this product and are going to ship it to all of those backers when it's ready. I'm not going to say anything more than, first world problems, but frankly, it's an interesting thing with an interesting concept that has no real purpose beyond what we've just told you about. Well, that was it. That's all four of the things that we wanted to talk about. These are all products that will not find their way into crowdfunding hell because they will be delivered. But who ordered them? This has been Crowdfunding Hell.